So we often get asked, how do we set nightly rates? How do we set prices for properties? Well, thankfully we have high-tech software in place now, as well as ourselves and experience with it. Name a couple, dynamic pricing, which actually a lot of people are aware of now. I think thanks to Oasis and what happened with those tickets, people are aware of dynamic pricing. But that ultimately looks at the market conditions, doesn't it? It pushes prices up where they need to be and does the same.
We use a software called Price Labs. That's where you set a base rate, so it will never drop below that base rate, and then you set like your parameters of where you want the pricing to bounce between. We never set a maximum, obviously. No. You're never going to turn away an extremely high nightly rate. So what we do is we'll just set those two, and then it will pick up if there's something going on in the area where a lot of people are booking properties. It will raise the prices for that. And then again, on the other hand, is if you had a spare week and it was last minute, it will just drop them slightly just to get you that booking to.
A good example of that, actually, I remember when the Eurovision was announced in Liverpool a couple of years ago, and we thought, oh God, like what's going to happen to bookings? But because we were with that software, it had automatically upped our nightly rates. So people didn't lose out. Anyone who booked then did pay the higher rate with it.
And any big events that you've got going on, we know about. We have properties in Cumbria with the Appleby Horse Festival there. What we tend to do is block those dates off. Because what they'll do, we have the same group booking year in, year out. We've had them for the past 3 years, I think now.
In Hull we had Coldplay, didn't they, when they that announced that had quite a few bookings from us. And that's part of our marketing team's task, really, to look at events for the year ahead, isn't it, and price accordingly as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then what we'll try and do is just come to, and then for those dates, because on the pricing software you can set a date bracket that you want these prices to increase. So that's what we tend to do with them. But if it's a last minute event or something there, then the pricing software's there to do it for you.
To protect you, isn't it, with it? And we also get asked as well, do nightly rates and occupancy levels increase over time?
Yeah, I think as soon as, it's depending on, we try and get a property established within the first 3 months. Like everything, it's not a one size fits all.
No.
So it can take a little bit longer, it can take a lot less. I know that in Warrington,
straight away,
from the minute we set it up, it's gone crazy there, and it's doing fantastic.
I think it comes down to as well of the reason why it increases over time is we start getting more direct bookings. The properties establish themselves on those booking portals. They've had more reviews. So the reviews pushes it further up. Your
reviews are so important to get, and again we do calls to make sure everything's happy, and those really happy customers we actually have on our Guestz app now, where we tick a box and it will send them a direct link to the review page. So it's less, they don't have to go on the portal and find it. All they've got to do is click and write a review. So just to drive those reviews up, that's how we get them.
100%. And we have got a couple of examples as well to show that occupancy levels have increased over time. So Heswell's the first one on the Wirral. We've roughly got about 10 apartments, I think, there. So January to June last year, it was 66% occupancy and £77 average nightly rate, leaving a gross income on average just over 9,000 for owners. Then January to June this year, it's now up to 78% from the 66%, and it's at £93 average nightly rate from the 77, with a gross income over 13,000. So that's a good 4k difference for an owner, and just shows how that has increased with it.
So I think especially if it's a new site, it's a long-term thing. As your property grows and you get those reviews up, you get it more established, you're only going to increase your nightly rates.
100%. Another example as well is Hull, where we've got a lot of properties in there now. So the second half of last year, we were operating at 62% occupancy and £60 average nightly rate. Fast forward to this year, we're now at 87% occupancy and £73 average nightly rate, which has just shown how much that has grown with it. And
we have got about 18 properties now in Hull as well. It's not just one of those sites that only have 5, because that would be easy to push it up, those occupancy rates up. But we have got a number of properties there, and they're all doing really well.
Because we had a few owners, didn't we, that had put them on the traditional long-term tenancies, probably when we were getting those slightly lower rates of it, but now we have more properties, as you say, but actually the performance of it is
going
improved.
up,
Because I know some people do panic sometimes, well, have you got too many properties in an area? Should I be coming into it? But having more properties, you get more different types of bookings, more opportunities for new companies, new direct bookings that can fill it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that way.
I think as well with a lot of owners will worry as if you've got a long corporate booking in a few of the apartments already and then they have one.
Yeah.
But what you need to realise as well is even though they've got the long bookings, your property's going to get every other booking.
Exactly.
So nobody really loses out because it's only going to benefit everyone.
Yeah. And it's in our interest as a management company to make sure every owner is happy and he's getting a good split of the bookings with it as well. Last question that we do get asked a lot in terms of promoting the property is, can you stay in the property yourself?
Yeah. We encourage it.
We do, and it might sound obvious to some, but there's a lot of management companies where you are restricted and you hand over your property and that management company's got full control over it. But we're not like that. We're very open book. If you want to block it off on your calendar,
you can
do that. And we
you can give us a call and say, Sally, can you block it off for me? We have a lot of people that say that they don't want to go on their online portal. They'd rather just give me a call and I'll do it. So I'm happy either way.
That's it. But it is important. Some people have bought these properties probably slightly for lifestyle. Certainly the coastal ones, the Lake District ones. There's an element there of the using it for family time.
I think as well, as an owner, staying in your own property, you get that guest experience.
Yeah.
So, if you see something and you think, oh, actually, could do with a mirror there, or could do with extra couple of cups or plates or anything like that, then you've stayed there yourself, you know what the guest is going to need, so...
100%, or we've even had, like yourself.
Sally,
you stayed in properties, haven't you?
I've stayed in a few,
Yeah, well, you've got a feel for it and said, actually, we're missing a trick here, or we need to improve that. So important to keep on top of it.
It's not always obtainable for us to go out and do it, but if we are needing to be somewhere, it is always good that we stay in our own properties that we manage, and then we can recommend things that guests wouldn't really recommend to us.
Absolutely. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of just how we do go about promoting properties. There'll always be new ways, new tricks that we add into there, but that'll give you a good idea of some of the bookings.
And we've always got other questions that are being asked that we may not have answered, so anybody that does, we're happy 100%. To answer them.
So hopefully you found that really interesting. If you do have any other questions that pop up, please do get in touch with a member of the team here at Guestz.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.